Hello everyone, I am Moon Crystal 2002 and have I got the challenge of a lifetime. I started over. What does that mean? Starting from absolute zero, tossing out every advantage the game can give me. I'm about to attempt the most punishing challenge I can imagine in Final Fantasy XIV. The goal? Conquer the entire game from a realm reborn to level 100 under a strict set of rules designed to push a player to their absolute limits. This is from zero to hero live. Section 1, the contract, laying down the law. So what are the rules that makes this challenge so unique and tough? First, no market board. We can't buy or sell anything from other players. Every potion, every piece of gear, we have to gather the materials and craft it all ourselves. Unless I cannot gather, craft, or kill to obtain the mat, only then will I be allowed to visit a vendor to buy it. Selling what we make to a vendor is okay. That's kind of what an adventurer does. Self-sufficiency isn't just a part of the challenge, it is the challenge. And you'll probably say, but Wrath Games is already doing that. Well, yes, he is. But I have more! So, hold on a second. Second, no gear from dungeons or trials. That is different from Wrath. Chests with nice, pretty blue gear. It will be ignored. If the game hands me the gear at the very end of each dungeon, I will destroy it live on stream so you know that I'm not keeping it. My power will come from crafting skills, not a lucky draw. Third, no HUD in instant combat. In any dungeon, trial, or raid, the screen is blank. No hotbars, no party list, no boss health. We're fighting with nothing but muscle memory and sound cues. The two exceptions I will allow are healing bars. If I decide to heal in a group, if I'm solo, it will stay off. The healing rotation should become a part of my DPS rotation, not something I randomly do because my health took a nosedive. The second exception is specific to deep dungeons because yes, they will be included in this once-in-a-lifetime challenge. Commanders are required and I will need the menu to use them. Those deep dungeons are Palace of the Dead, Heavens on High, and Eureka Orthos. Soon to be a fourth, but I don't know the name of it yet. Everything else will remain off. And finally, this is all being done live. Every moment is broadcast to prove it can be done and to authenticate the challenge. Our in-game is clear. Every major story quest, side quest, with gear we made ourselves and our HUD turned off. Section 2, where are we now? Satasha was my test to see if the no HUD idea was even possible. It was. Many hours of crafting for suitable dungeon gear made it possible, along with memorization of the keybinds. Was it a fluke? No, it wasn't. Carpa Bell Mines, Tamtara, the iconic primal battle with Ifrit, and last but not least, Todorok, proved that this was not a one-hit wonder. And time to move on to the next video. Did I hit a few roadblocks? Yes, and those were addressed in the live and handled accordingly. Hours and hours have gone into leveling up my crafting, gathering, and ultimately my dungeon gear. People have questioned my usage of materia, but it's already in my bag, extracted from spirit bonding with what I'm wearing. I haven't paid for it. It's considered crafting, and I see absolutely no reason not to equip it when I'm going into a trial boss fight with no HUD. I need every advantage I can get. Quality potions, quality food, quality gear, melded with materia that I will only throw away if I don't, and my wits. This second trial fight will decide my future with this challenge. Wrath Games has his niche. Deep dungeon divers like Angelus, Finn H, and Aurora have their lanes. This one will become mine, and I will prove to the entire Final Fantasy XIV community that there is more to do, that it doesn't have to be boring, and you can make this truly epic in every sense of the word. Conclusion, I have my gear, I have my future plans. Complete some quests, build up my financial framework, and take on Titan. The road from zero to hero is on a solid path, but will it stay that way? Follow me on this insane journey and find out. Come find me while I'm live and talk about whatever you want. This isn't just for me, but you as the watcher, and giving you something to look forward to and hopefully attempt for yourself. For now, I'll see y'all live. Alright. I figured I'd just, go ahead and showcase that. How's everybody doing? I had a little bit of culinary and stuff to do, but I could do that a little later. Now I just kind of want to get some questing done. I haven't done questing in so long. There is one thing I want to do, the deep ocean thing, to kind of get my fishing up a little bit. So I am going to go do that for those that don't know what fishing is. But how's everybody doing? My name is Moon Crystal 2002. Oh yeah, yeah. I figured that would help kind of like give the narrative of my challenge while I can go do other things, you know, prepping, whatever, getting the channel set up. I'm gonna have to get rid of that little YouTube thing in the bottom portion of that, but it is what it is. I made one for the deep dungeons too. It's the same thing, except it goes into more details about it. But, yeah. But I hope everybody is having a great day. It's been raining all day here. I tore up my driveway because I don't have one. Took pictures and sent it to the landlady. I said, I hope you didn't want grass because you don't have it no more. I don't mind. Give me some freaking gravel or something. Well, thank you. I've been like reaching out to some other YouTube content creators and having them review my my videos, and they've been giving me suggestions, and I figured I'd give it a try. Couldn't hurt. Oh, not this guy. Who am I talking to? I need to talk to this guy. All the fish in the sea. Feels to know has news that should be of interest to any self-respecting fisher, no matter how seasoned. Well, if it ain't Yidolani, you may have just taken up your rod, but anyone can see you've got the keen eye of a fisherman. And I reckon you're looking to make that eye keener still. Bigger fish, more exotic locals. Ah, that's what we all seek, ain't it? And it just so happens I can tell you how to find them. You see, the Fisherman's Guild has just finished constructing a fast boat, equipped for voyages on the high seas. Far as I know, Captain Fozagal is still looking for a band of fishermen adventurous enough to brave the deepest fishing hole of them all. You think you've the stone's foot, I'm sure he'll be glad to take you on. Okay. Take me on, why don't you? Let's see. Who am I supposed to talk to? Not these people. I'm supposed to go down here. So the ocean fishing guy is down here. Yes, for fish. Another daring soul come to join our crew, eh? Then let me be the first to welcome you to the endeavor. Now, this ain't your regular fishing boat. We sail it where we please, holding only the course the wind provides to us. Ah, that's the only way we can see the unseen, know the unknown. Captain Portugal, if I may. The Endeavor is the Guild's only ship of this magnitude, and if we, as you say, sail only where the wind pleases to take us, we may not even return to this port. The Guild may not look favorably upon such liberal use of its property. My apologies for foregoing an introduction. I'm Dristiska, sent from the Fisherman's Guild to oversee this venture. Why am I here when this ship already has a captain, you ask? Well, as you may already know, members of our trade, Master Wallago and Captain Forzagal included, seem to have difficulties managing time. I suppose the concept becomes something of an afterthought when one becomes so focused on water's surface. Regardless, I'm here to ensure the ship adheres to its schedule, both by managing its finances and ensuring new crew members board smoothly. The Endeavor shall embark upon any number of predetermined routes, each of which have this port as their final destination. Rest assured, if you fail to join our voyage, the ship shall return before long. The route we travel will be determined by our departure time, and you may speak with me if you wish to know the route before boarding. Pray bear in mind that we must keep to a strict schedule. We cannot take on more crew members after we have begun boarding, and there are no exceptions to this rule, even for captains. Aye, aye, I hear you. When we board this ship is when we get to the exciting part. Fishing! Here, take these lures. They're certain to attract something worth displaying on your wall, or at the very least worth eating. Why the hell would I eat them? Yuck. Should be enough to last for one voyage at least. If you're looking for other kinds of bait, you can buy it here on the docks or on the ship. Try to switch it up now and then, because if you only use the same bait, you're only going to keep catching the same fish. And that ain't why we do this, is it? And one last thing, while Driskatha here may be in charge of the particulars on land, once we're on the ship, it is my word you'll heed. So when I say we're fishing here or we're sailing there, I won't hear no objections. As long as we're clear on that, I believe there'll be a bounteous fishing for all. Yay! Let's go get some kitty food! And with that, the Endeavor is yours to board. If you wish to enter the ship, or if you would like a more detailed explanation of what it is we do, you only need to ask. I just need my catnip. Yeah, I just need catnip. Alright. Welcome to the Endeavor. Will you be boarding the ship? Registered aboard. I regret to inform you that we are no longer recruiting crew members. Do not despair, however, for there is always another voyage on the horizon. View sailing schedule. Let's blow that up. What time is it? Alright. What time is it anyway? 9:27? So the next one is in an hour and a half. Okay then. So we'll come back to that. What kind of fishing lures did I get? Ooh, I like it. I'm gonna start unlocking all the combat classes. May do them later, but I'm gonna unlock them. So that means we have to get at least them started. Welcome to the Arcanist Guild. It is here that we research and develop the field of Arcanima. Arcanima is the science of employing arcane geometries, intricate patterns that map the unlocked mysteries of existence, to draw forth and manipulate the body's etheric energies. Fishing hero! Yay! If you prefer an arcane art built on structured thought and precise reasoning, then your discerning intellect may find a home here at our guild. Might you consider enrolling yourself as an initiate? Yeah, sure, why not? Ah, just as I predicted. Before we proceed any further, however, let us first feed your appetite for knowledge with a morsel of guild history. Oh boy! Everybody pull out your tablets. There may be a pop quiz at the end. I don't know. I'm not going to give the test, though, so it's all for, I don't know, not extra knowledge in the noggin? The roots of Arcanima can be traced back to the asteric calculations practiced by the people of the South Sea Isles. It was these island folk that first discovered a method to express natural phenomena in mathematical terms. Building on this process, the existing mathematical formulae were further developed into arcane geometries, precise patterns that allowed a practitioner to weave ether into specific magical effects. The mages who invoked this new form of magic became known as Arcanists, and the school of Arcanima was born. Many such mages, wishing to expand their understanding of the world, took to the seas abroad trading vessels. Upon their arrival in Limsa Laminsa, Arcanists found themselves welcome to the academic elite and soon secured positions in the realms of governance and council. The knowledge of an Arcanist, however, is traditionally passed on from master to chosen discipline. As such, Admiral Merylwib, counting several wielders of Arcanima among her personal staff, became concerned that this exclusionary practice would lead to the eventual extinction of the art. So, at the Admiral's express orders, an official Arcanist guild was established and funding was provided for research and training. The complex and demanding nature of Arcanima, however, remains the greatest threat to its own future. If you invite such cerebral challenges, then you have but to reaffirm your commitment to joining our guild. Well, have you decided to enroll in our guild, or are you now intimidated by the thought of excessive thinking? No, I try not to think too hard. That's against my rules. Way of the Arcanist. Miri wishes you to reaffirm your desire to join the Arcanist Guild. Why, yes! Yes, I do. Wanders into cheer while waiting on my DPS queue. Yeah, the queue times have gotten extremely horrid. Your sound judgment is to be commended. And those sitting in DPS queues, I commend you also for the patience to wait through it all. Now, standard practice dictates that I introduce you to our guildmaster that you might convey your intentions in person. Due to extraordinary circumstances, however, he is kind of unreachable at present. Instead, you may speak with Mistress Thumbridge. You know, I'm starting to notice a trend here. The guild masters in Limsa seem to be a bit flighty and irresponsible, or just MIA. She has shouldered full responsibility for the guild's leadership in the interim. You will find her just over there by the bookshelf. She needn't be shy. Though her mind is sharp and critical, her manner is always most welcoming. Yes, I'm Thurbridge. Greetings and welcome to the Arcanist Guild. As Miri has doubtlessly explained, I am serving as acting guildmaster until our wayward leader decides to return. You know, on my first playthrough, I don't think I ever saw him past A Realm Reborn. I seen him once, and I never heard about him again, ever. I assume our capable receptionist also spoke of our art's origins. Allow me, then, to expound upon its nature. Arcanima taps into the living energies of ether. The evidence of this is represented, and most aptly, perhaps, by our ability to manifest the arcane entity Carbuncle, and the manner of magic which this ethereal ally employs at our command. The core of this discipline, however, is found in the purest of definitive solutions to any potential quandary, even on the field of battle. Nay, especially on the field of battle, this principle takes precedence. If one wishes to maintain certain a question of victory, then one must apply the most effective strategy. An arcanist is measured by her ability to calmly analyze a situation from moment to moment and respond with the most appropriate spells at hand. The study of Arcanima will test your mental faculties to the point of perplexity. Are you prepared to reason your way through predicament after predicament? Why, sure, why not? An unambiguous response, the kind I most prefer. Let us now see if the clarity of your words is matched by the sharpness of your mind. Here, take this grimoire in hand, and we shall next judge your aptitude for our discipline. Can I have something better than that? Alright. I might have something in my bags. If not, I'm gonna make it, because that's part of my rules. The 0 to... aside from coming to Limsa, that was because you can't actually play the game without a weapon. I'm going to make my grimoire. Sure. Let's see what I got. Because I'm not gonna use theirs. That's cheating. So we're gonna discard that one and make me a new one. And you guys are gonna watch me do it. Discard. Sure. That's part of the rules. I have to make my own gear. The one and only exception was when I first came to Limsa, because you cannot play the game without your axe, or whatever you decide to play. So. And I think it's alchemy that makes them. Let me see. Yeah, let's see. First grimoire. There it is. We're gonna go make all this. Alright. I think most of this stuff is already in my receptionist guild, so we're gonna go there. Oh, I'm already here. Sweet! Let's go talk to my retainers. Because I got most of this stuff already. Alright. Recipe tree, we'll have that up. And where's my retainers? Right here. Alright, so I need enchanted. So search for item. Nobody has that. Crafting method. Copper sand. Block 2, section 8. Alright. Okay. Well, that's the wrong bag. Copper sand, got that. Okay, I got plenty of that. So I need leather, search for item. Block 3. I need maple log, block 2, and hempen yard. Okay. Sure, I need that. I need leather. Take that, and then I need hempen yarn. Where the heck is that? Alright. Alright, let's make my grimoire, my first weapon. Oh yeah, I gotta make that. Alright. I still hope I got like low-level garments in my bag. I know I had to get rid of a lot of stuff to fit it, so alright, so now the grimoire. Alright, there's my grimoire. Will it actually let me use it? Wait a minute! Where'd it go? Please tell me I can use it. Okay. Yeah. Oh my god, it's actually gonna make me use it because it's part of the stupid... Oh, that's sure... Oh god. Okay. I was not expecting that. Apparently you gotta use their thingy for the quest. That's so stupid. Alright, alright. There's nothing I can do about that. Y'all saw it yourself. That's so dumb. Why can't I make my own damn grimoire and use it? Well, at least I got one ready for level 5. Well, that's dumb. That's not my fault. Alright, give me the book. How do I get the book back if I discarded it? Wow. I think we might... Houston, we might have a problem. How do I get the book if I threw it away? Oh, wow. See, I'm like... I don't know. I've never run into that problem before. Let's see. Ashlyn, stop it. Oh, wow. Oh, I know it's gonna be a clip. Oh my god. I don't know what... You know what? I might have to Google this, because I threw it away. I've never run into this problem. I'm Googling it right now. Okay, in Final Fantasy XIV, if you accidentally, it wasn't accidental, it was on purpose, due to the integrity of this challenge. I will not do that with any other guild when I first start out. If you accidentally discard the starting Arcanist Grimoire, you can acquire a new one. You are able to purchase a new level 1 Arcanist Grimoire from a vendor in the markets of the starting cities. To become or switch to the Arcanist, you need to equip an Arcanist weapon, which is a Grimoire. Oh, man! Oh, my God! I can't... Okay, people. If you do this challenge from 0 to hero or whatever you want to call it, and you go pick up another class, do not throw away the weapon they give you, because then you're going to have to go buy it again. Because apparently the one you make is level 5 and you started at level 1. So, something we all got to learn from this lesson. Don't throw away your starting weapon. Unfortunately, you have to have it. That is so sad. I'm gonna cry. Let's see. Is that the one I need? Yeah. Alright. Just fight barehanded? Oh, you can't. It doesn't let you do that, Gorby. And how are you doing? See, I'll show you. If you try to unequip it, in fact, you can't do that. I'm going to unequip everything and I'll show you. Unfortunately, you guys are going to see me in my skivvies. At least I have my undies. My small clothes. So, this is the only weapon item in your entire inventory that you cannot get rid of. You can try it on, repair it, meld it, search for item link, but you cannot get rid of that weapon. You have to have it. Yeah, sorry about that. It sucks. Alright, put my clothes back on. So, that is unfortunately a downer. Bastards. Alright. You guys win. I'll have to kind of mention that if people ask, but there's nothing I can do about it. Oh, my clothes. Where'd my clothes go? Oh, good, my slutty clothes are back. My first grimoire, acting guildmaster, third regime, wishes to judge your aptitude for Arcanima. Yeah, I agree, because it's mentioned when I was looking for scripts and stuff. Fight barehanded. Unfortunately, the game does not allow you to do that, which is kind of dumb because any other game does. It is a hefty tome, is it not? I promise you, a grimoire's weight becomes a comforting anchor amidst the shifting seas of battle, a fact you will soon discover. In Lower Landesio, you will find, among others, 3 species of pests: wharf rats, little ladybugs, and Aureliae. I ask that you employ your fledgling skill in Arcanima to eradicate 3 of each type of creature. Leave the city through the Tempest Gate, and you will soon encounter the potential targets in abundance. As long as you remain focused, I do not foresee these opponents causing you or your budding abilities undue difficulty. Once you return from completing this preliminary trial, I will welcome you as an official member of the Arcanist Guild. May your judgment reign swift and clear. I totally agree with you, Gorby, but I can't do anything if the game says I have to have a starter weapon. That's so dumb. I should be able to make it past the original class that you start with. I should be able to discard it, period. Fight with my own bare hands until I unlock all the professions to be able to make my own stuff. That would really be ideal, but I don't make the rules. I just have to follow them. Alright, so what are we supposed to do? My first, go slay some wharf rats. God, I haven't been back in these clothes in a while. And normally I kind of don't have my hotbars show, or my key bars showing, but I'm showing them now so people can see what I'm doing. Yeah, but these are starter weapons, and I just went and Googled it. It just said that I can go to the city vendors and re-get the starter weapons. But this is why I do things live, so they can understand, hey, she went to the vendor to buy something she can make. Why did she do that? Well, we just found out why. Apparently the game won't let you, yeah. It's kind of like the start, so you know that quest that you have to do where you have to have like all item level 5 in order to proceed with that particular quest? Well, everything you have on is already item level 5. The only thing you're missing is the helmet. Well, unfortunately, you can't make a helmet right away. Yes, you can technically with the leatherworking guild, but guess what? You can't, you need certain items that requires professions that require you to go to other cities. So no matter what, you're stuck with having to go buying the cheapest damn helmet you can find just to progress the story. So again, another section had to be made in order to get past the storyline. I was like, either that or I would just stay trapped without doing another single quest ever again in Final Fantasy XIV. Yep, that's true. But you can also make blue mage gear. So, yeah. Let's see. Where is that one? That made me kind of sad. But it gives my Chocobo a chance to level up some, so it'll be good. Alright, so we got that quest done. Welcome to Twitch, Gorby. Weren't you just on YouTube? But thank you, thank you. I appreciate you hitting both. And please be careful at work. I know you're tired, and hopefully they're not going to be mad that you called out the other day. I hope. What the hell, what? What? Oh, that's because it only said shout out. Do you want me to do your clip? All right, fine. I'll do your shout out. I don't always do clips anymore. But here, just because y'all showed up to the channel, y'all get your clips. Are you happy? There. There's your clip. I guess because you're my hubby, I'll make an exception for you. You're my hubby.
Get off of me.
I forgot what I'm doing. You distracted me, Gorby.
What?
No, so, it does if I have the command typed in, but I got it typed for shoutouts only, unless people raid in or, subscribe. But you are my hubby, so I can make an exception for you. It's okay. You're my hubby. You're cool. You're cool people. Well, you're welcome, NH. My style of playing is weirdo. My husband, who is Gorby, will tell you. Steve-O Gorby, whatever. He'll tell you I'm weird. Yes, you made the list. I'll make sure to fix it for you. I see the creatures beyond the city walls pose you little threat. It is with great pleasure, then, that I formally recognize your initiation into the guild. From this day forth, you may proudly bear the title of Arcanist. I suggest you continue your forays into the wilderness and keep the pages of your grimoire turning. There is no finer teacher than the harsh mistress of experience. And when you feel you can command carbuncle as easily as you might move your own limbs, return to me for further instructions. I will be waiting. Man, I hit level 5 awful fast. Okay, let's move you down. I think. What am I doing? I don't remember. I have to look at my other hotbar. I'll leave this right there. Okay. Alright. Good luck. Be careful. What's in the box? Acting Guild Master Third Regime wishes to assess the improvement of your Arcanima skills. And you know, that's my goal in H. A lot of people come into my channel going, I hate this. Dawn Trail sucks this. Or Shadowbringers was the only expansion that was good. A Realm Reborn sucks. You know what? It only sucks because that you're letting it suck. You know? It's as good as you make it to be, and I'm going to make it fun. So if fun is not what you're here to have, I don't know what to tell you. I'm sorry you're a gloomy person or having a gloomy day. But please don't go into people's damn stream and telling people it fucking sucks, because it pisses me off, one. You know, it's like, let the person figure that out for themselves. You know, I had somebody coming in my stream, don't do Dawn Trail. Just completely just pay past it. It sucks. It's not worth your time. It's not worth the money to pay for it. I'm like, okay, you didn't like it. I get that. I strongly get that. But please don't ruin it for me. And don't ruin it for somebody that hasn't got there. Let them make their own daggum opinion about it. And the other thing that starts to get to annoy me is like, why are you putting materia on your gear? That's such a waste of time. You can just wait until you get to level 100 and go do raids. Well, first of all, I hate raiding. I absolutely hate raiding. Great job if you like to raid, but I don't. Please don't force it on me. And two, if materia is something that you get because you're extracting it and it's spirit bound to you, it's already free. It's already in your bag. Why not put it on your gear? You know? Yeah, you can put it on the market board, but since market board is prohibited for me anyway, I'm going to use it. I don't see any reason to throw it away. It's kind of dumb. You know, okay, there's my rant for the day. I'm done ranting. I'm off my soapbox. What's in the box? Acting Guild Master Third Regime wishes to assess the improvement of your Arcanima skills. Oh, World of Warcraft killed it for me. And I used to be a hardcore raider. I loved it. I was a mythic raider, you know, and I was pretty decent at it. But eventually all people cared about was parsing. Not doing enough DPS, not doing enough heals, not studying enough boss fights. Or, hey, we've only killed this boss twice, but why are you dying? Or we've only pulled it twice, why are you still dying to the same mechanics? Well, first of all, I'm not dying to the same mechanics, and two, I thought this was progression boss. But it just became so toxic, guild masters would change, people would leave, guilds would fall apart, couples would divorce each other, couples would cheat on each other. Oh my god, it was so much drama. I was like, you know what? I am done with raiding. I don't want nothing to do with it ever again in any game. So I've sworn it off. I don't mind doing things with the community. We can do things like roulettes, you know, and I know there's like raiding in that, but that's not hardcore savage raiding. It's just get the quest over, get our dailies done, and I'm cool with that. I'll do things with the community. I'm fine with that. But I'm not okay with long-term raiding, committing to it. I've got enough on my plate to deal with. I don't want to add that to my schedule. I'm cool with it. I want to be happy. I want to be able to live with myself. I don't want to be screaming at the monitor because somebody next to me is being stupid. You know, I don't want to be like that anymore. So, no, I'm done. I've already read that. I don't want to read it a third time. Yidolani, is it? Are you eating well? An empty stomach distracts the mind and leads to hurried judgment. I must often remind my Arcanists to take meals, so ensconced do they become in their studies. And by the way, how you doing, Iraq? I should say, welcome to the channel. I hope everything's doing well, and thank you for the comment. I want people to comment. I want people to talk, and I want everybody to enjoy themselves here, have a good time, get away from the real world. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and put some rules down. I don't want any religion in here, politics, racist jokes, even if they are kind of funny. I want it to be a place where everybody can come in and just chill out, have fun, get away from the real world for a few minutes, because I'll be honest, the world's going to shit right now. and I just want to get away from it for a little while. Every time I log into TikTok, I'm seeing something really scary and crappy on TikTok, and I don't want to see it. So I want this place to be a safe haven for people, and I want to welcome everybody, regardless of what country you're from, what language you speak. This is for you guys to just come in and just enjoy being around each other. And I want to build a community where everybody is welcome and feels safe and accepted and respected. I don't want anybody to be singled out because of the way you feel about yourself, the way you feel about somebody else. We accept each other because we're human, and that's all I care about. So, that being said, we're good. I swear, I keep getting on my soapbox. Let me hop down. Kick my soapbox to the side. I'm done for the day. For the soapbox. Speaking of such, have you been practicing your tactics with Carbuncle? I believe it is time to assess the improvement of your skills. As with your previous trial, I would have you defeat foes in Lower La Nicia, 3 wild dodos and 3 tiny madrogos to be precise. Watch carefully the behavior of your opponents, formulate an effective strategy, and utilize your arcane entity to its fullest potential. I expect you back in time for lunch. But I already ate lunch. What is she, my mommy? Guess so. But, time to get rid of that. Oh my god, those pants are awful. What the hell? Alright, time. I can really discard this book now. Bah. Fashion fails again. No, I love the ground rules too. If I don't put them in place, people just start coming in here and just think they could talk about whatever, ask me whatever. I'm going to tell you right now, if you start coming in here and start asking me about what I think about somebody's chest size, either myself or an NPC, I'm probably going to block you. I don't care. I don't care. I don't want to hear about that kind of stuff, you know? Leave that for your bedroom, bathroom reading material, watching material. But don't come into somebody's stream asking about that unless it's that kind of stream. Mine is not. I got a little girl right next to me that already doesn't talk, and I don't want those to be her first words. So I got to be a good example for her. So I don't want that stuff in here. It's bad enough I cuss. I can't do nothing about that. I've tried, but ex-army officer, unfortunately. Yeah. Let's see. Where are we going? Middle La Nicia. Okay, up there. Murder. What drew me to Final Fantasy XIV? My daughter telling me to finally kick World of Warcraft, and then I don't see her that much. Sure, yeah. So if you guys ever want to see what's on your hunting log in your hunting log, go to that exclamation mark with your menu, hit recommendations, and all the stuff that you ever want to see with your hunting log will show up. So like, I can go around, start killing them. Level up that way. That's a good way to level up, especially if you're on Dynamis or whatever the version of it is for Europe and Japan for preferred XP bonus servers. But just knock them out, and that's a definitely good way to get your experience up. Since I'm not really relying on a whole lot of roulettes here, not on this character anyway, if I do stuff with the community, it will be on my main, just so I keep the integrity of this character intact. Just due to the challenge of this character, so anything I do with community will always be done with my Vieira for now. Alright, Zephyr's Drift, where are we? This way. Thankfully, I have my Chocobo. I don't really need that. I don't need that. Yeah, I think you missed my last 15 days of leveling crafting. I literally, like, being a self-sufficient crafter, oh my god, I spent more time crafting than I have questing. But I am going to be doing all the sides, all the side quests. I'm going to be unlocking all the combat classes. All my crafting is already at level 40, except for culinary and fishing. I do need to get those up. Story is incredible. What, Dynamis? Or are you talking to a rock? Bogey is Summerford. Summerford. Alright. Bogeys, bogeys, bogeys. Because of the preferred experience boost. I did start this character originally on Primal, but the experience gain was so slow, and if I want to level the other combat classes, because I'm eliminating the main storyline and stuff, I quickly remade the character and started the challenge over on Halicarnassus. Now, any of the Dynamis servers that have that preferred experience booster is like a little orange star over here on the side of my screen, underneath all my my stuff. That just means they're getting an experience booster. The story is very addicting, and don't let anybody rush you on the story. You're gonna have a lot of people that will protect you on that, so anybody that starts giving you crap, trust me, people will give them crap back. Because the whole point of this game is the story. It's the best part of it's the best part of it. Let me see. I need pirates. Where are my pirates? I know they're here somewhere. Ah, there they are. I may have to let y'all listen to some music. You know, bathroom is screaming at me, and my stomach is not agreeing with me right now. Sure, I may have to go on a temporary little bathroom break. I am sorry. Well, this is what happens when you suddenly have an emergency bathroom break. You die. I gotta come back here. Oops. My bad. I would always recommend going to a safety town, but you know what? Thankfully, it's not a if I die hardcore channel. Start over. Thank God. So. You're close, NH. You know, I used to have my key stuff all the way on the bottom, but I kind of like it the way it's set up now because it doesn't obstruct my vision anymore, so I like it. Oh, well, I'm gonna, like, be honest. So, the names and spelling in Final Fantasy XIV reminds me of a toddler learning how to type on a keyboard. They don't know how to do it. I think they're just mashing keys, and they go, oh, that looks good. And then that's the name. You can't tell me that's not what they're doing. Okay, yeah, I know where that one is, too. Okay. Now give me pirates. I need pirates. Ashley, what are you doing, little girl? I gotta figure out where these silly little pirates are again. I always thought they were over here, though. You don't have to force people to do that. They'll do it if they want to. There we go. We're pretty close to 10,000 though. I try to do the same for when I'm watching other people. But the thing is, does that even really work? Crystal is really known for its PvP. Oh yeah, and its roleplay. Crystal is famous, especially, what is that one? I don't think it's Brynhilder, there's another one, starts with a B. But yeah, Crystal's known for its PvP and roleplay. Pretty big. And please know there's two differences between roleplay and roleplay, and I'm not going to tell you what the E stands for. Let's just say there's two different versions of roleplay. Okay. Well, I hope it's fun. I don't think people would be watching if it wasn't fun. And the bogeys should be right here. Yes. Well, not roleplay PvP, but... So Crystal still does PvE. They still do your normal content and stuff like that, but they really love their PvP. They're really huge on that. If you want to get into front lines for your dailies really fast, Primal or Crystal are the two data centers you want to go to. You're not going to get in very well, if at all, on Dynamis. It's just not going to happen. But yeah, roleplay is really big on Crystal. There's a little bit of it on Primal, but it's really, really big on Crystal. You're talking about one of the legacy servers. Alright, so now I can go to Cedarwood. Let's go to slay. I need to slay some wild dodos. Those are in Lower Lanacia. Western, Eastern, Limsa. Okay, we're gonna go this way. But like I said, once you get recommendations unlocked, that's a good way to like look at, you know, your hunting log. I got it like actually checked, but the recommendations box, you can look for multiple things, but I always check the hunting log, and it always shows me Grand Company hunt stuff and my my class stuff. I already know my rogue is good, my marauder's good over here. Sure, I'm gonna go do the stuff that's over here in Lower Lanacia. Ooh, bats. So I've got wind sprites, nesting buzzards. I love this recommendation log. It's awesome. Oh, the shark mount? Yeah, it's awesome. You get that one from Occult Crescent. She actually gave you the shark mount? Wow. That's pretty cool. I love my Chocobo. He is just so cool. Alright, since we're already here, we're gonna go ahead and kill these wind sprites. That big old snake is a world boss, so I'm definitely not gonna mess with him. Galagos. The Galagos are good about giving out animal hides. And the dodos give out the animals. No. Galagos give out animal skins, and the dodos give out the animal hides. They also drop Galago mints. World boss is a level 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 world boss. You'll find him out in the open. I'll get a little closer and I'll click on him so you can see what I'm talking about. Give me a minute. I am not going to get too close because I'll trigger him. They hit really hard, and they have what you call hunt trains that go around killing world bosses. Let me finish killing these and I'll show you. Give me a second. I'm working my way that way anyway. Yep, pretty much. There's somebody that explains them, but I don't know. I don't remember where they are off the top of my head. But him with the orange on his head. He is a level 50 world boss for Realm Reborn. So anytime you see that big old orange icon, regardless of what expansion you're in, That's a world boss. So, whether it's 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, that's a world boss. So, be careful when you engage that. Even if you're 60 or 70, unless you're really super godlike, they still hit like a truck. But yeah, those are world bosses. Okay, now, let me go back to what I was doing. You're not going to see me engage that at level 10 as an Arcanist with barely any gear on. I'm not doing it. I may be a masochist, and I may, like, invent, like, really crazy ideas for challenges, but even I'm not that crazy. There's some, like I said, there's somebody that actually explains that. I just don't remember where they are off the top of my head. Nesting buzzard is in Cedarwood. There's somewhere over here. I gotta find these buzzards. Trying to think, where are they? I'm gonna have to actually look them up. I haven't done this in a while. Our string. Buzzard. Okay, I think I know where they are. Okay, cool. Yeah, the S ones are pretty tough. Even some of the A ones can be pretty interesting. You know, they just throw out some mechanics and you just gotta look out for them. But they form up hunt trains for that stuff. You just have to look in the party finder for that. Let's see. Put this down here. Well, you did say you were new to Final Fantasy 14, so a lot of things will be new to you, NH. Don't be hesitant to ask. People will be probably more than likely happy to tell you. The only thing a lot of people probably won't do is give you spoilers, because the one thing that Final Fantasy 14 community is famous for is they do not like giving out spoilers. They want you to enjoy your first playthrough. Immerse yourself in it, enjoy it, you know, do not let people like ruin that for you. God's grip. That's why I'm being very careful, because I know you're watching my stream, so I'm being very careful about what I talk about as far as like anything that has to do with game lore. I don't want to go into that too much. I know that my trailer that explains my challenge goes into a teeny bit, but it's not so detrimental that you're gonna go, oh, you just gave out a major spoiler. I'm going to avoid that. Yep, pretty much. And you know what? If you're in a raid like Crystal Tower or whatever, or a trial, if they decide to pull the boss, do not feel like you gotta hit the escape button and skip your cutscene. Please watch your cutscene. Shame on them for pulling the boss, because that's supposed to be an experience too. You experiencing that without, you know, the sync and unsync part. You know, I really wish people would stop being impatient, let people enjoy it, because there are still new people signing into the game, learning what the game is like. Let them enjoy it. I've only been playing a year and I love every daggum second of it. Good intentions, red key? What do you mean? Yeah, most of them will, but I've run into where they don't. But for the most part, most people will even tell people in Crystal Tower, hey, there's people viewing the cutscene, you know? So they'll either wait or they won't, but for the most part, people want you to enjoy the cutscene. But yeah, I always... If you're brand spanking new, please leave your Sprout icon on. Don't hit /NA status if you don't know what you're doing. Because they're going to assume that if you take off your Sprout icon and hide it, they're going to assume you know what you're doing. And they're not going to be as forgiving. So leave that Sprout icon on. It protects you. Somewhat. What are you doing? What, you want coffee? Here. Here's your thing. Oh. Let's see. I need some Goobos. Oh, okay, I know what you're talking about. So yeah, so in order to do some of the elite trials, you have to do the hard version first or go find the normal version of it. And towards the end, like I said, I can always hop on my VR and help you through getting some of those hard stuff done. Let's see. Oh, I need to go back to Summerford. I need to get the Goobos. Let me get these first. Workins. Okay, that's where they are. Do you already have them unlocked on hard version? Yeah, sometimes you just gotta turn the quest in after you do it. Ashlyn, what are you doing? Give me that. You cannot have that. That's disgusting. Give me that. Ashlyn, would you stop getting into things? I swear. No. Here. There's my flashlight. Have fun. Did you ever figure it out? Okay. It's been so long that, unless I kind of actually see your screen, I don't know. But sometimes I can Google it and find out. Oh, weird. Once should have been enough, but... Okay, now I gotta find the Gooboos. And I think I like the ones over near Summer for Farm better because they're lower level. But we shall see, because sometimes the Gooboos are like level 17 over here, and I am definitely not level 17. Talk as much as you like. I did invite people to come in here and ask their questions, and you can't learn if you don't come and ask them. A lot of the trial bosses, after you complete it, sometimes you have to go and resync with the crystal or something like that. But if it's not even letting you pick it up because it says you didn't complete the hard version, yeah, there's something going on with the syncing. So, I need 3 of these. I don't know yet. I have to figure out what I'm going to do with that. Maybe put it here. I haven't played an Arcanist in so long. I have my Summoner, I have my Scholar. It's like... I need one more Gooboo. Yeah, sometimes people's videos do not help at all. That's why I kind of made my own video for like Code Vein on the Cathedral, because people would have things up on like the maps and stuff, and they didn't make any sense. Just 3 different colored lines, and I'm like, this doesn't tell me diddly squat. All right. The next western. We're gonna go see some westerns. So I guess we're going to just go to Valley. Okay. Let's teleport to Early Porch. Yep. Sometimes I don't have time to go clicking on all that because I'm like busy like questing and stuff. I can't believe I'm questing in my, well, at least it's not my bras and panties anymore. But I think I do have gear. It's just kind of a lot higher. It's still sitting in my armory bag. I made it all already. You just got to get high enough to put it on. I know. It looks better than the damn tin can. You know, technically your hunting log, get you introduced to every monster that's in a deep dungeon for Palace of the Dead, that as long as you like go through your hunting log, you should have exposure to everything. I did on my main. If you're talking about NH, I don't know. I did, but I'm not going to go through it because I can't put on the gear that you get from it. So, because I have to make everything. NH Araka, I think it's you he's asking. Did you do the training course that you get from the mentors inside of the inns or your first dungeon? The ones with the sprout icon over their head? They have a training course for the healers, DPS, and tanks. And you also get some rings. They have a version 1 and 2. They give you a level 30 ring and a level 60 ring. That not only gives you a boost in your stats, but also gives you a boost in your experience points. And plus you get some really cool gear out of the first one. And honestly, I think they need to make that mandatory for brand new people. And thank you for the follow, Datbali. How is it going? Yes, it is really decent gear. I think brand new players need to be like doing that, but hey, they do what they want. But honestly, I really think it needs to be mandatory. Because I get so daggum sick and tired of people coming into dungeons or whatever, and this is especially on my main. They don't know the mechanics, and they go, what's that? I'm like, well, did you even do the training? Well, no. I'm like, well, then that's why you don't know what's going on. Nah, I don't feel like explaining stuff like that to a team that's just randomly coming in. Now, if you're brand new and we're in a group together, that's one thing. But if it's just randos I don't know, I'm expecting them to go do what they need to do to learn. That training stuff is there for a reason, and I wish people would go do it. There's one thing of answering people's questions. There's another when you're actually... How do I holding your hand the entire time? That's not going to do you any good. I wouldn't call them dummies so much as I think that they're entitled, self-entitled, and they just want people to carry them through, and that's the wrong answer. Please go do what you got to do to learn. Ask your questions, that's one thing, but don't expect to be spoon-fed everything. I had a mentor on Twitch for my first playthrough, and he would tell me what to do, but he wasn't going to lead me through any of it. He wanted me to learn it for myself, and that to me was perfectly acceptable, and it's the right answer. Because I did that in World of Warcraft. I literally lived like, he was a friend. He came to World of Warcraft, and I literally took him through every dungeon, every quest. By the time he got max level, he didn't even know how to play on his own. Because I did everything for him. That's not okay, and I learned that the hard way. Well, I can turn it around and tell you that some of the healers are extremely bad as well. The healers that like to pull for tanks, I'm not okay with that. Don't pull for me. That's also why I don't tank and I don't heal for people. Alright, what am I doing? There you are. Sewer moles, fat dodos, arbor buzzards. Okay. And we need another bat. I had one monk pull for me as a tank one day. Well, I put arm's length on you. Well, first of all, you can only put that on yourself. Second of all, I don't really give a flying flip. Don't pull for me. It really, because everything is in my head what I want to do, and when you are just running ahead and just doing whatever you want, it's bad etiquette. I know people like to excuse it, but I don't. I will not say anything. I will drop the group in a heartbeat and let them wait for a new tank. I don't care. Now, as As a healer, I'm pretty much expecting my tanks to go wall to wall. So my advice for those type of tanks, don't even bother healing until the trash is under control. Keep them alive, and then you can go to DPSing. A lot of healers, especially the newer ones, are going to go in there, start DPSing a little bit, the trash mobs that they just pull wall to wall, and then the tank's flat on their butt because they didn't use any mitigations, or they popped them all because it's all lit up like Rainbow Bright, and then they don't rotate it like it needs to be rotated. They don't understand all their cooldowns and rotations and procs and stuff like that. So yeah, they're usually flat on their face. That's probably because they don't have their threat mitigation up. They left that off. Before you start healing, make sure they got their threat buff up. And if they don't move. Let the group die, you stand put. And then when they go, well, what happened? Well, you forgot to put your threat buff up, so... Now, are we really ready to start this show, or are we going to do this again? Hold on. I'll switch my tank. Hold on. Give me a sec. So, for a warrior, at least, it looks like... Where is my party buff? It's the little pink thing on, but... Hold on. I'm going to have to move it so you can see it, because I have it kind of on the side of my screen here. That one? No. I think it's this one. This thing, the pink thing that I got in the middle of my screen, that one's the one for the warrior. There's one for a paladin, there's one for a dark knight, and there's one for a gunbreaker. Just mouse over whatever buffs are on the side of their party plate, and if you don't see something beside the tank that says an enemy is increased, you need to tell them put your tank threat up. Your buff. Whatever you want to call it. I'm going to put that back down there. But it's always going to be by their nameplate. Oh yeah. Dodos, that's done. So turtles. Eastern Lanacia. Oh, I was like, wait a minute, my stuff changed. Let me go back to Arcanist. My bad. Yes, tank stance. You can call it tank buff too, but tank stance is important. Just look at the tank's party plate, and if they don't have anything up, that means they don't have their threat buff up. A lot of new tanks forget it. Heck, a lot of non-new tanks forget that. It's like, geez, Louise, remember your stuff. Quartzstone. I'm still here. I kind of get it with the newbie tanks. That's very easy, but the higher you go, the less of a forgiveness I have for it. And I won't complain about it. I won't, like, start ranting and raving, but you ain't gonna get a recommendation from me. It's gonna go straight to the DPS. If a healer is doing nothing but DPSing and failing to heal the DPS and the tanks, guess what? You ain't getting a recommendation from me. I ain't gonna complain about it. But if you don't see a bunch of wrecks, it's because I don't like the way you are doing your job. A lot of people will give healers and tanks the wrecks just because of what they are. I don't do that. I look at who did the best job overall in the dungeon, and that's who's going to get it. You don't get it just because you're whatever. That's not how I roll. And this is, I'm talking about from my main's perspective. I'm not talking about my baby alt here. I'm busy questing and getting ready to do Titan anyway. I'm just doing all the side quests and stuff like that. Because my market board is prohibited, so I'm earning my money a different way. I'm doing all the side quests and stuff like that, and journals and stuff like that. If there's only a little bit to do, no. But if that's all you're using, yes, you need to start getting used to doing Cure 2. Cure 3 is a mana drain. You need to save that and usually use that with your instant cast, but it is a mana drain. Use your Cure 2. Yep, there you go, Craneser. Exactly. Now I just need the buzzards. Oh, that's maybe at the beacon? Yeah. Learn how to multitask and be respectful of your fellow players and you'll be a good healer. And dear, for the love of God, don't stand in crap. I'd rather the healer let me die and avoid dying themselves than die and then nobody gets a res because they're dead on the floor. Please stay alive. Don't stand in stuff. You'll be surprised at how many healers don't know that. Or they forgot that course. Maybe they need to go back. Alright, that one's done. So, Skull Valley, Skull Valley, Skull Valley, and Oakwood. Oh, I can wear new gear. Yay! Not while I'm in combat. I don't like it, but hey, I got new clothes. Great. I've been keeping everything in my bag that I made. But look at all this, all these shinies. They're so pretty. Yes. So in World of Warcraft, it's been ingrained in a lot of players to stay away from bosses. You're ranged. But in Final Fantasy XIV, it's a little bit different. Oh my god, that looks like a boss. What is that? See, there you go, NH. That is a world boss right there. And I might bother with it if these guys pull first. I am not going to put my threat mitigation up. I don't know what level these guys are. Whatever. See, we're all just waiting around for people, and I'm not pulling that, but I won't mind trying to tag in on it. But that's what all these people are waiting around for. Let me pull that down. Level 100. Level 100, level 64. So yeah, we just need some more people. I am not level 100, so I ain't pulling that. Even I'm not that. But just getting a kill would be cool. I like it. He's pulling bubbles. While I'm waiting, I'll go ahead and get these guys. I don't know if they drop anything. I can't really use the drops if they do, and I have to destroy it on screen, but maybe. just want the kill. I don't know. If it's crafting materials, I'll take it. I guess I'll find out. Now, if it's a mount, I'm keeping that. Sorry, I'm keeping that. You can't craft it anyway. You can't wear it. Mounts I keep. Them are fighting words. When somebody says I can't have a mount. Oh, that's a cool looking bike. Yep, we got more 100s showing up. So as soon as I see them engage that, I'm gonna go take it on. That's a lot of 100s over there. Is that 37 crazy? Oh, all you have to do is tag it and you get credit for it. I don't know if I'll get any experience points out of it. I'll have to find out. My guess is with this many people coming to tag it, it's pretty. And even if you die, don't leave the group. Don't leave the area. Let them finish killing it so you get credit for it. Just stay. I'm just gonna wait until they pull it. So that's what I'm waiting. Oh, it's an S rank. Okay. I figured. So, yeah, I'm gonna hang back. I'm only like 42. How many? You said they need like 30 people to do it. Oh, I'm just going to tag in with the group. I'm not in a party with them. I'm just going to tag the boss along with them. But yeah, this whole group is like, this is on Dynamis on Halicarnassus, this guy. It's over in Skull Valley. Yep, they just pulled it, so. Oh wow, it died so fast! Never mind! I was worried about it. I almost leveled up to 43! Yeah, I'm on an alt. I'm not that worried about it. This isn't my main at all. This is my challenge character. Like, I never make like those world bosses my priority, but I've been through in-game Dawn Trail, so yeah. This is my baby alt. I'm doing a challenge on her, so. And then towards the end of the night, if there's still a bunch of y'all, I can always hop on my main and we can do some roulettes or something. Hey Sari, how's it going? Welcome to the show. What do you? Oh. Nope. I haven't done really hardly any world bosses. They didn't really intrigue me that much. If I just happen to be there when it's getting killed, I'll do it, but it doesn't really interest me. But no, I haven't, Sari. I don't think I have. For Dawn Trail, I haven't done any of the Dawn Trail world bosses. Let's see. I need to go to Oakwood. I gotta go get a Bumble Beetle. But how are you doing, Sari? How was your 4th of July? Yeah, I figured. I know there's a lot of world bosses here in Dawn, or not Dawn Trail, A Realm Reborn. There was a lot in A Realm Reborn. Not as much in Heavensward, I think, but no. Only if I just happened to be, you know, in the area and there were a bunch of people already killing them. Nope, only 2. Okay. I know I've seen a snake boss here a bunch of times here in Western La Nacia. Or, no, that was middle. I saw the snake. That was lower La Nacia, and then that buffalo guy. Red Mage, NH, RDM stands for Red Mage. I wouldn't doubt it, Sari, yeah. Oh. I need to pull out my little guy. My bad. And that is my hunting log. What are you doing, Ashlyn? More gear? Alright. Let's go back to Limsa. Oh. Then what are the orange marked ones? Because I saw a snake and I saw a freaking whatever that mammoth looking thing was. The ones with the orange on it, because those are elite marks. They may not be called world bosses, but they're still elite and they'll still kick your butt. No, that was not a blue one. That was an orange one I just saw. I saw 2 of them, and it wasn't Odin and Behemoth that I saw. It was a snake, and it had an orange mark on its head, and that mammoth we just saw. There are A's and SS's as well, according to Jen on TikTok. There are different ranks. Because I know there's one over in Upper La Nacia, Oakwood sometimes, because it's always on that freaking like wooden bridge because I can't get past him. It's kind of annoying when he pops up. Let me see, I need the Arcanist Guild. Makes sense. Do I not have my sprint? I don't. I don't know why I didn't have a sprint up, but okay, that would explain why I'm not sprinting. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. Hey Air Force, how's it going? How was your 4th of July? How was your day with your brother? What kind of movies did you watch today? You said you were going to watch movies and play some games. Welcome back, Yodolani. It appears your coordination with Carbuncle is progressing at a satisfactory pace. Shall we test your growing acumen with a more practical examination? Our work at Melvon's Gate requires us to inspect and record the contents of incoming cargo. To simulate such a task, I have had several crates transported to the cliffs south of the Zephyr Gate. I want you to examine those crates, then return the inspected cargo here to me. You would be surprised at the depths to which some merchants will sink to deter our customs agents from performing thorough investigations. False bottoms, rotting foodstuffs, flesh-eating biokin. I suggest you be prepared for any eventuality. Oh, well, a lot of noise outside and no fireworks due to low clouds for non-stop rain. No. They were popping off fireworks at 8 o'clock here. I really thought I was back in Iraq for a minute because it was so freaking loud that I almost crashed the car again. Yeah, it freaks me out. I came home. I was like, nope, I'm done. I don't need to feel like I'm back in a war zone. I think that's why I don't like fireworks anymore. It really puts me on edge. It really freaks me out. Reach. Yeah. It's not anybody's fault. It's just when you go to a war zone and that's all you hear is gunshots and boom booms. Fireworks is not exactly our best friends. It's actually kind of terrifying for us. But there is a lot of raining going on, flash flooding going on. So that's why I kind of stayed in my hometown for Uber and Lyft today. I was not going to Austin where it's flooding. Because you have to spawn them by taking out the S ranks and a notification. Oh, wow. I didn't know that. I don't exactly spend a whole lot of time dealing with that. We got some rats. You can't miss them. So in case people are wondering on the TikTok side, I cannot integrate TikTok with Twitch or the Twitch and YouTube chat. It will not let me do that on Streamlabs. If I was streaming TikTok by itself, I could see it, but it won't. So I'm reading completely 2 separate chat systems. Be kind of silly, but that's the way it is. So, in case y'all are wondering who I'm talking to, I'm also talking to the Twitch and the YouTube people. And then for the YouTube and Twitch people, if you don't see a name in the chat system, it's because I'm talking to TikTok people. And I'm eating my hamburger. I am not a threat. Pray ignore my presence for the present and allow me a moment to conjugate? I can't say that word. The reaction to my sudden appearance was within expected parameters, but I must admit I did not expect so proficient a performance against the enemy set against you. They were rats. Yet effective though your tactics were, I spied much room for improvement. As I watched you battle, the wheels of my mind whirled into motion, as they are wont to do, inventing other possible strategies you might have employed. My dog is not enjoying the fireworks. Let's see, taking into account your current level of ability, factoring in the etheric constant, multiplying by the number of opponents, then applying your tactics to other potential combat scenarios. Oh dear, my calculations indicate failure upon encountering threat level 9,785, and who the hell cares? That's all I gotta say about that shit. I don't care. I beat them. That's all that matters. Win or lose, I beat them. Oh, thanks for the rose. Thank you. Gummy bear. Oh, I'm a gummy bear. Oh, I'm a yummy, 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 yummy gummy bear. Oh, I like the plurps on Twitch that I got set up. I love my gummy bears. Well, We'll have to see what we can do about that. Though the opportune window to do so has passed, I would nevertheless introduce myself. I am Kilia, a Melvin's Gate accessor. Acting Guildmaster Thermogem elected me to oversee your training and provide any necessary guidance and instruction in the field of Arcanima. Thank you for the rose, Jen. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. From what I have observed thus far, you have an admirable grasp of the fundamentals. I do, however, wish to confirm one small detail. Regarding your choice of arcane geometries, what factor most influences your actions during battle? I have to kind of remember what I picked last time. I'll have to see. Desire to outwit my enemy. Potential for amusement. I simply do what feels right. Let me see. I think I did. I simply do what feels right with my Viera. So... potential for amusement. I'm going to go with that one. I just want to see what it says. Aha! Just as I predicted. Oh man, her response is the same. And now I have the final element needed to perform another calculation. The probability of you becoming an Arcanist of note is 90%, give or take 0.5%. Thank you, Jen. You have a good night too. And if you're here in the United States, happy 4th. If not, happy Creators Day or something. I'll come up with a happy Creators Day. How about that? But anyway, have a good night. It was the man who bestowed upon me this grimoire, the Guildmaster himself. While our inscrutable leader is, as I am sure you've heard, on an indefinite leave of absence, he did leave us with this most notorious saying to date. Strategy is a tool used to manipulate one situation into the desired reality. No matter how gifted you and I might be, however, the instantaneous manipulation of reality that might cause us to suddenly become mighty arcanists is beyond our present abilities. Discipline and experience is the finest strategy in this case. I suggest you continue to focus on refining your aptitude with Carbuncle. Mastery with an arcane entity will greatly improve your success as a wielder of Arcanima. And yet, I became something she never did. Here ends your lesson for today. Pray return directly to the guild. I believe Mistress Thermogem is awaiting some inspected cargo. And what of myself? I'm off to the fields, of course. The tactics I reasoned out earlier must be attempted in real-life scenarios. The theory is all well and good, but there is no substitute for actual combat. We will meet again soon. Oh, I need something else to drink. Aw. Baby Arcanist. What level are you? I have no idea. He's level 8. Ah! I haven't been that level in a while. Oh yeah, let's go this way. What's the matter, BB? Have you been having any flooding in your area, airports? Because I've been seeing on Facebook that some of the areas are really badly flooded that way. So I hope you're safe. Like, the river is really flooded. Doesn't stand in... So how's the river walk? Is it flooded over there? I'm just kind of worried about you because I know you live in that area, so... Ah, Yidalani, have you returned with the cargo? Yes, everything seems to be in order, relatively clear of blood and other gore. That can be something of a problem in our profession, you understand? I also had word from Kilia regarding your performance. She seemed eager to continue your training. An odd lass, I'll admit, but the guild can boast no finer mind for tactics. You would do well to heed the instructions she offers, particularly that which touches on the diligent approach to our art. It appears such an intense focus on Arcanima has led her to overlook other important aspects of life. As our master strategist guides your Arcanist training, I hope that you might return the favor and help her broaden her own perspective somewhat. But enough of such matters for the moment. You have done well this day, Yidolani. Continue your practice with Carbuncle as clearly has bid. I will be here when the time comes for your next lesson. Tactical training. Acting Guildmaster Thurbajon wishes to assess the improvement of your Arcanima skills. Yes, Yidolani, the time for your next lesson is upon us. You are keeping well, I trust, taking the occasional brisk walk. One cannot form sound thoughts if one fails to maintain a sound body. Now, assuming you have been following Kilia's instructions, you should be ready to face the more dangerous threats found in western La Nacia. I speak of roselings and wild jackals, and yes, I would have you vanquish 3 of each. It's the perfect sample size. The first acts as a preliminary test case, the second to test your hypothesis, the third to perfect the tactics you devised. Speaking of which, I trust your strategy will consist of more than simply flinging ruin over and over again. You are not the novice you once were, and your skills in the field ought reflect that. If you find yourself wanting for other approaches, consider an assault with ruin in tandem with attacks from your carbuncle. When timed appropriately, you can deal a crippling blow to your opponent. Okay. Get rid of that. I'll make my own, thank you. They're ready. Okay, that one's level 22, 34, and 30. I'll be able to use them soon. My next one's at level 22, so. Alrighty, Rock. Enjoy work. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. Please be safe. Oh yeah, that's what I was doing. I need to move that. I'm fixing something. There we go. Let me do this. Number 2, number 3, 4, number 5. Shoot, why not? Let me make that bigger. I know, it's a weird setup. Most people don't do it this way, but I'm weird anyway, so we've already admitted that. Okay. Return to the Arcanist Guild. I don't know why that's over there. Oh man. I screwed that up. What did I take out of there? Okay. I just realized what I did. Ah! This needs to be down here somewhere. And my gladiators, my healers. Sure, you should go. Right there. Arcanist. 3. I put everything in a specific spot, so give me a second to figure this out. Pugilist, Pugilist, Lancer, Rogue, Samurai, Reaper, Viper. Lancer, Arcanist. We'll put you there. Now, what did I take off of here? Culinary, Alchemist. That's what I took out. Alchemist. Alright, level 34, level 31, equip. Alright, put you back. I was like, oopsie. Alright. Alright. Oh, the crafting challenge going did. I've been doing some questing. I unlocked the Arcanist today, so I'm questing on that right now. I was gonna do the ocean fishing, but I kind of missed my window, so I'll do that tomorrow. But yeah, I can do some ocean fishing tomorrow. But it's going good. It's going good. Hello, Xavier. How's it going? So, I learned something new today, James. You know how I'm like all this self-sufficient, I gotta make everything? I'm good. Great. Thank you. I'm doing great today. So, the guildmaster here for Arcanist gave me a grimoire. I tossed it away, said I'm going to make my own because that's part of the challenge. Well, apparently throwing away that grimoire is a no-go. You can't throw away your starter weapon. Because I had to go back and rebuy it because apparently the one I made is not good enough to equip, and so therefore I had to go rebuy it. So, don't throw away your starter weapon because it'll make you go rebuy it. Welcome back, Idolani. How did it feel to conquer such ferocious foes? Let us ride that wave of triumph onto an even more demanding and dangerous challenge. Your next training exercise will have you accompanying Forseer Kalia on one of her inspections. This experience will afford you the opportunity to witness firsthand the practical application of Arcanima. Pray do not tarry, Idolani. Kalia awaits you on the floor below with further details. No, this is an alt, and I'm doing a challenge on her. I've got my Vieira. She's been through all of Dawn Trail. The only thing I don't do is Savage raiding because I don't like raiding to begin with. I'll do it for main story and side quest stories, but that's about it. No, so what she's doing is 0 to Hero challenge where everything is crafted. Crafted gear only, unless the stupid game makes me use whatever they're doing, which I've run into that issue a couple times already. So no market board, self-crafted gear only, no dungeon gear, no HUD in dungeons, and then in deep dungeons I will have the Palmander menu up, but the dungeon will be, or the no HUD will be implemented except for that. Oh no, I don't do raiding. Not unless it's part of the roulettes. A timely appearance as I expected. Shall we proceed directly to the job at hand? I have been tasked with examining the wares of a goblin peddler caravan run by the Bostick family. I I like the story content. I don't mind doing it again. And I know there's a lot of people tuning in that haven't done the game before. So a lot of this is catering to them as well. So they come in, ask questions. This playthrough, I'm doing almost complete focus on crafting and stuff. I'm not doing any dungeon gear. I'm not buying anything from the market board. So everything is focused on crafting and then attempting to go into my dungeons, trials, and raids without my HUD. So that is the goal of this playthrough. And still doing side quests. I'm still doing main story quest because I got to get my money somewhere. Yeah, pretty much, James. I totally agree with that. I will do it if I can solo it. I do not do savage raiding with groups. I will not do it. I'm not going to put that much time and effort into it. And you cannot have that. You are not allowed to have batteries. Why do you got that? No, you cannot have that. No. You will not have that. It's dangerous. You can't have it. Okay? Go play with something else that you're allowed to play with. Don't give me that look. You got your own computer chair. I got it for you. Sorry about her. You know, I get her her own chair. And now she's got to sit in mommy's chair. Our agents suspect these beastmen merchants of dealing in forbidden goods. As such, I have calculated that announcing an inspection has a 60% chance of inviting physical violence. I have prepared a strategy to respond to this possible shift in hostilities, but there is an important precondition you should be made aware of before we discuss the finer points of my plan. Though I am considered gifted in the formation of tactics, I lack the reflexes and coordination necessary to employ many of those self-same strategies on the field of battle. Pray keep this factor in mind and adjust your perceptions accordingly. So right now I'm just catching up on quest and then I'll get back to main story. But yeah, I am catching up on all the side quests and profession quests because that is part of the challenge, unlocking everything and leveling them up. And still making their crafted gear at the same time. Stop. Now, should the goblins offer battle, you are to execute combat pattern 1345, otherwise known as stratagem focus fire. You and your carbuncle will concentrate your attacks on a single foe, and one by one, the enemy will wither under the combined onslaught. Probability of victory, 95%. Reports place the peddlers in the vicinity of the cookpot in Middle La Nacia. Stop. I will depart immediately to assess the situation. Seek me out once you arrive. I'm going to take care of a quick little 5-minute break. I'm going to take care of her real quick. She needs some quick attention. Sorry about that, babies. When they want attention, you gotta give it. Alright, so we're going to Middle Nicaea. I apologize for that. Being mommy and streaming at the same time, mommy duties. Hopefully she'll go to sleep soon. It's always rough between 9 and 12. Her daddy goes to work, and then I have to wait until she tires out and goes to sleep, and then I can go to sleep. That's why I chose this time to stream, because it's like, I ain't gonna sleep anyway. Let me see. East Shroud, Western Thanalon, South Shroud. That's in Oakwood. I can start working on that in a little bit. I am Forcier Kalia of Malvian's Gate. You are to cease all transactions and surrender your goods for inspection. Nasty sneaky peekers. Gobby spit up lander nosy eyes on Stebby Ron. A predictably aggressive response. Very well, Yedalani. Remember what we discussed. And she's gonna walk off. Oh, I was about to say, she's gonna just leave me to it. Oh. More of you! I must formulate a new tactic. This battlefield is yours? What? She just abandoned me. Boy, I'm not surprised. I always get abandoned. Nicely done, adaptation, improvisation. I might have been observing our beloved guildmaster himself in action. This was the perfect example of how the strategy for a given task should be tailored to the abilities of the assessor. In other words, before you begin formulating your tactics, it is necessary to fully understand your own strengths and weaknesses. On that note, there's another question I would ask you. When it comes to improving the probable success of a strategy, do you consider it more effective to concentrate on playing to your strengths or showing up your weaknesses? Enhancing my strengths, of course. Oh, again, you respond as the guildmaster once did. I must revise the probability for your potential to attain greatness to 97%. You are one to keep an eye on, that much is certain. But to return to the subject of battle plans, your calculations must include an accurate assessment of your available techniques and their relative effectiveness. This requires you to be critically aware of your own limits, the limits of your allies, and the characteristics of your enemies. I believe that covers everything for today. Please return to the guild and make your report to Mistress Thermogem. Until next we meet. Shall abide here until the Yellow Jackets arrive to take the peddlers into custody. My strategies will keep me company. And bore the hell out of everybody else. I don't like her. I really don't. I don't like her. She reminds me of those unhelpful know-it-alls. I'm like, nope. Back from the field, Yudalani. Kalia contacted me with a summary of events. Seems you were treated to a lecture on knowing thyself. That particular lesson is ordinarily taught only to intermediate practitioners. Without a sufficient store of combat experience from which to draw, it is difficult to fully appreciate the profundity of such a seemingly simple truth. Nevertheless, I feel confident that you will soon be ready for a more ambitious assignment. Keep to your studies and maintain the razor edge of your mind. Okay. Topaz Teachings. Acting Guildmaster Thurbridge wishes to inform you of an important task. You seem tired, Yidalani. Are you sleeping properly? One's reasoning can suffer without sufficient rest and recuperation. Should you deem yourself fit for duty, pray make your way down to the practice floor. Forseal Clea has requested you accompany her on another official inspection. There is, however, a requirement for your participation. The Forseal will explain the situation. Welcome, welcome, welcome! I was beginning to think that I miscalculated, Yidalani. Thank you for coming. I will soon be boarding a trading vessel suspected of smuggling. All merchant ships that make use of Limbs and Lamentis ports are subject to inspection by Melvin's Gate assessors. It is a routine I perform daily. In the case of smugglers, however, there is a 75% probability of encountering resistance. Thus, I would appreciate your company during this assignment. It is now that we must discuss the requirement of which you were informed. Though I have full confidence in your martial expertise, it is imperative that you first acquire the ability to summon Topaz Carbuncle. Such knowledge will be released to you contingent on your acceptance of this duty. Oh, thank you for the follow, Elizabeth. I appreciate it. Do you accept this duty? Yes. Very good. The arcane entity given form by the Topaz geometry will further expand your offensive capabilities. And for those, if I missed your follows or whatever, I apologize in advance. You know, I'm sometimes just reading and I don't always catch. There's a lot of joins going on my screen. So thank you for the people joining. Thank you people for the hearts. Thank you people for the follows. And those that follow, I will go back and check that and I will follow you back. Please return to Mistress Thermagerm and inform her of your participation. I will join you once I've completed some final adjustments to my tactical formulae. Yay. Apparently not that way. Let's go this way. There's a lot of running back and forth. Go talk to her. Go back and talk to the other woman. Let's play tug of war. Is it tug of war? I think it's tug of war. You have agreed to accompany the Foreseer. Then I shall gladly instruct you in the use of Topaz Carbuncle. Pray do not hesitate to employ this entity in combat should the inspection turn sour. My Topaz Carbuncle. Over the rails and down the river we go. Acting Guildmaster Thurbridge is awaiting the arrival of the inspection party members. The mercenaries Gresfanir and Urshatoa are here to assist with the inspection. Both are old hands when it comes to escorting Clea during her more dangerous duties. Well met, Yidalani. My spells are at your disposal. This won't be the first time we're inspecting trouble, but as long as we follow the Foreseer's tactics and keep a clear head, we'll come through just fine. The Morning Star is preparing to dock in Alaport. We will meet our first challenge, however, before we even board the vessel. It is almost a certainty that the merchant ship has hired a thug or two to accost us at the pier. I calculate the probability at 98%. The crew wish to avoid attacking us on deck, you see, as that would all but trumpet their criminal intentions to the world at large. Now, once we do manage to clear the rails, we will face a deck crowded with armed sailors. For a small party such as ours, the most effective strategy will be to incapacitate individual foes as swiftly as possible. Each opponent we down is one less weapon raised against us. It is imperative that we do not allow ourselves to become tangled in multiple drawn-out skirmishes, lest we be overwhelmed. I call this stratagem Hammerfall. Strategy is a tool used to manipulate one situation into the desired reality. Keep those words in mind, Yidolani. It is time we departed. Let us regroup before the main gates of Alaport. All right, we're going to Alaport. Yeah. Okay, we're going over here. Let us be about our task, Yidolani. Pray inform the steersman at the pier that we are ready to conduct our inspection. Should violence be offered you or to execute stratagem Hammerfall, do not forget your tactics are both your shield and your weapon. Okay. You're with the folks from Melvin's Gate. Hells, I knew there'd be trouble. Oh man, I don't know what I ate, but my stomach is not good. Well then, I'm certainly glad to see you can handle yourself. You'll find the landing boat just down here at the end of this ramp. I'll have no part of what comes next, though. You should go to sleep, BB. Definitely handled, Yidolani. Once again, I'm reminded of our guildmaster. Thanks to your efficient response, we will be able to commence this inspection earlier than I had calculated. We shall board the merchant vessel out in the bay. Toda, if you would take the rudder, the Morning Star awaits. I do love the cutscenes and the graphics sometimes. It's really, really good. Since their welcoming party at the pier failed to deter us, I expect with a probability of 85% that our arrival will incite further belligerence. Our objective, however, is not to trade blows, but to gain access to the hold. It may behoove us to employ stratagem hardhead. Okay. The aim of our opponents is to buy time so that suspect goods may be tossed into the ocean. I do not intend to give them that time. We will bull our way towards the cargo hold as quickly as we can. It is a tactic fraught with risk, but one that your presence makes possible. Shall we begin? Hey, Dieturn, how's it going? Welcome to the show. How's it going? Good, good, good. I hope your day's been great today. I know there's been a lot of rain in places. Flash flooding in others, so hopefully you're not experiencing either one of those. Yeah. I am Forcier Kalia. By the authority of Melvin's Gate, I request that you surrender your goods for assessment at once. I'm going to add that part in. It just sounds better. Well, now, your time in Columbia Slash. The old door's all rusted up, you see? Bloody thing won't open. You'll have to come back another day after we fix the hinges. I will see that cargo now. Any vessel entering a port of Limsa Lamensa is bound by law to submit to a routine inspection. You tell him, girl, but, who are all his friends? The law, is it? Lads, I reckon it's time our guest had himself a little accident. Pitch him over the side. I like the distance fireworks because they sound like gunshots and explosion in Call of Duty game. No, I don't like it for that reason. I'm a former combat vet, remember? And I've been in Iraq where gunfire and stuff like that, it actually scares the hell out of me, or I want to go grab my rifle and start going crazy because I think the enemy's attacking me. So no, fireworks is bad for me. Oh no, it's not your fault. You didn't know, and even if you are, I'm glad you enjoy it, but I'm just not a big fan of fireworks. Plus I got pets and kids and they get scared easy, so my son, you know, I tried to get him into fireworks before I went to Iraq and he was always just scared of them, so that's why I moved to the country. Duty complete. Welcome, Trav. Welcome to the TikTok Zero to Hero live show. How's it going? A masterful display, Yudalani. Now, we can finally gain access to their cargo. Let's go. What have we here, then? It's one of the Admiral's henchmen lapdogs scampering about me ship. Yes, I intentionally left that word out. You're just like your mistress, always sticking your nose in where it ain't invited. No, it can't be. Ha! Recognize me pretty face, did you? But you were caught. Exiled. Thank you for the follow, Elizabeth. I appreciate it. Forseer, are you hurt? Can you stand? Nah, she's useless now. Stay back. You stay away from me. Forseer, please calm down. What are your orders? Well, how about you take over command, acting second, I guess? You take over command. She's useless. I've had enough of your whimpering, and I've certainly had enough of these bloody books. It's clear you ain't learning anything from them. You were clearing your grandma's old garage? Oh, wow. Reckon it's time you got a different kind of lesson. Yeah. Even on my first playthrough, I never liked that woman. I know it ain't her fault, but yeah, no. All those probability and statistical numbers down the drain. And no could preserve a she fainted. We must withdraw. Yolani, quickly, back to the boat. We'll carry the Forseer. Aye, that's right. You slink on back to your mistress, you worthless curs. That's just... Some of the dialogue in this is just so old and outdated. I think that's why I like reading it, because it is outdated. Go to sleep, BB. Okay? It is good to see you well, Yidalani. Gressfin sent word ahead of your travels. An unfortunate turn of events, but considering the infamous Blackheart you faced, you might have fared much worse. Have you heard of the pirate Dazamaga? No. He was exiled from Limsa Lamensa some years ago, but it appears he has chosen to defy the Admiral's orders. And once more, he dares lays a hand on Forseer Kalia. Actually, I don't think he really touched her. The door flung her, but I don't think he touched her this time. The poor lass must have been terrified. If I had known Dazamaga was aboard that ship, I never would have assigned her that duty. The assessor may require some time to recover. For Kalia, that man is a nightmare made flesh. Though her physical wounds will soon mend, there is little we can do to solve the hurt to her mind. You are concerned? Angry, mayhap? Harness that energy and channel it into your training. I predict we shall be needing your skills again before long. And the reason I'm destroying the Arcanist book is because I need to make my own. Aside from Starter One, I cannot take any of the others, so I'm immediately destroying it. Sure that mine are the only ones I use. Pincer Maneuver. Acting Guildmaster Thurbergerm appears unusually distressed. Greetings, Yudalani. In case such doubts fill your mind, you should know that I am ever willing to lend an ear if you find your thoughts troubled. At the very least, I would have you know this, because it seems that Kalia does not. The Forseer has been missing since this morning. There have been other times when she has disappeared without a word, but we have always been able to find her. Alas, that is not the case this day. Were the Guildmaster here, he could deduce her whereabouts with nary a moment's concentration. I find myself beginning to wonder if those who devote themselves overmuch to Arcanima are more prone to bouts of wanderlust. But while I might wish to ponder further such oddities of character, we must needs organize a search party. Would you be so kind as to make inquiries in Hawker's Alley? It is not uncommon for Kalia's wanderings to take a path through the markets. Okay. Hawker's Alley it is. Ew, all those clothes I made are starting to make sense. Ooh, I actually like that outfit. I don't like the pants so much, but the jacket's not bad. Hawker's Alley. All them hours of tailoring and leatherworking is coming to fruition. I enjoy it. Let's see, this way. You seek a Makote agent of Mevelin's Gate? Why, yes, I have seen her, spoke with her. In fact, she was, however, apprehended by the Yellow Jackets. The assessor was drilling me for details about a Cork and smuggling ring based in Alaport, but then the soldiers arrived and took her away. If you wish to know her fate, then I suggest you speak with Grenade of the Coral Tower. Yeah, okay. So we're going to the Marauders Guild, I'm probably sure. Yep. Forseer Kalia? Yes, we brought her in for questioning regarding the reappearance of the pirate Dusmaga. A member of the Arcanist Guild, are you? Then I see no reason to conceal the nature of our discourse. Perhaps you are already aware of this, but the Forseer was once held captive by that rabid sea dog. Few pirates sink to such depths of depravity as Dusmaga. It has been 6 years now since he was exiled from Lemensa for engaging in the worst kind of black market trading. And now the villain has returned. He is, however, both cunning and cautious, and continues to evade our troops. Thus, we hope to borrow the knowledge of Forseer Clea, whose experience have given her an intimate familiarity with the way the scoundrel operates. At least that was our intent. After weathering a barrage of questions from the assessor, we found ourselves instead providing the details of our search. Should you wish to speak with Forseer Clea, I imagine she has already returned safely to your guild. Arcanist Guild? Back already? You were led to believe she had returned here? I'm afraid not. So the Yellow Jackets told you something of her history with Dosma, did they? Perhaps it would be best if I told you the entire tale. Dosima's banishment was the result of a surprise inspection that revealed his involvement in an underground slave trade. The assessor that stepped aboard the pirates' merchant ship spoke of finding dozens of unwashed unfortunates crammed into that squalid hold. Among these prisoners was a young Makote destined for some black market auction block. Though Kalia was initially too terrified to even speak, the guildmaster brought her out of her fearful daze with the gift of an initiate's grimoire. Yes, the selfsame tome that she has carried her entire career. Of course, did you not mention that Kalia's grimoire was thrown into the sea? There are rumors that a Corkan merchant of ill repute has retrieved the black market goods the crew of the Morningstar heaved into the ocean. Even now, he gloats over his salt-encrusted catch in Alaport. It is entirely possible that the Forseer's most prized possession was caught up in the Corkan salvage net. I've no doubt now that clearly has reached the same conclusion. To Alaport with you, Yidalani. That is where you will find our wayward assessor. Okay, back to Alaport. Yes, combat pattern 256 should serve to cover all expected contingencies. You never know when you'll have to nullify a thaumaturge or two, and my retrieval strategy is complete. Yidalani, it is good of you to come. I was unable to calculate for certain if you would piece together my movements in time. Very little is certain when so many variables are involved. But there is good news. This prisoner here was kind enough to confirm that the trader who salvaged the Morningstar's jets and cargo did indeed retrieve a tome matching the description of my lost grimoire. Lemensa law and the policies of Melvin's Gate would support the confiscation of goods connected to an official inspection, but alas, my personal belongings do not fall under that definition. Thus, I intend to launch an unofficial offensive against this black marketeer and his cronies. The peddler has already departed for Candlekeep Quay. It is time I gather to me such allies as I possess, and I count you as one of them, Yidolani. Despite the nature of this endeavor, Mistress Thermodrone has offered me her cooperation. If you would, pray join her at Oxygen's Embrace. That is where we shall ambush this disreputable Korkin. Alright then. Alright, up we go. This way. You should go to sleep, BB. Lay down. Greetings, Yidolani. Your arrival completes our small company. You are equipped for battle, I trust. We need not await Kilia's arrival. Once the Korkin appears on the bridge, we spring our ambush. The strategy for trapping our target relies on the two allies we have concealed on the other side of the ravine. This pincer maneuver was naturally the Forseer's idea. As for the target himself, the Korkin is known as a careful and cautious fella. He travels with a small retinue so as to avoid attracting attention, but do not be fooled. More bodyguards follow at a distance and will likely join the fray after hostilities ensue. Do not, however, expect any assistance from the Yellow Jackets. They cannot be seen aiding us in what amounts to a personal matter. They are willing to turn a blind eye for Kalilia's sake. In any case, the Forseer's tactics account for our limited numbers and individual strengths. Victory is all but assured. Now let us take up our positions and wait for the Korkin to arrive. Alright, where are we standing? Right there. They're a little late. Why can't I keep a yellow topaz one? I want one. A permanent one. Kikaroon no scared. Kikaroon has scaredy spells. Oh, a Mummlejaw. Oh, when did I get him? Ashlyn, calm down. I feel like I'm in a freaking mage battle. I guess the summoner arcanist is a mage, but damn. Are you on break, dear? Yeah, she's busy doing her thumpy thing. She's sleepy, but she is so determined not to go to sleep. How you holding up, dear? Now what? Oh, duty complete. Well executed, everyone. Were you able to retrieve my grimoire? Tired? Yeah. I'll let you sleep first thing in the morning, and then I'll go out around, like, you know, 1 or 2. So... as soon as you get home, go take a nap. Yidolani, pray hand over the tome. It's ruined. My wonderful grimoire is ruined. The probability of repairing this degree of damage is 0%. Even the most brilliant strategy cannot undo such ravages of seawater. I've never felt so defeated. I believe it is time I return home. Leave her be. But how can I? He is right, Urshtoda. You must allow Kalia time to process the loss. And you have other matters to which you must attend. Come, Yidolani. It is time we return to the guild as well. Are you going to be able to hang in there? Go get some coffee or something. Ashlyn, calm down. Geez, stop. Miss Hypey Pants. Huh. That's actually not a bad looking outfit. It really not. Why can't my warrior outfit look that good? That was actually not a bad outfit. Ashlyn, calm down. Not quite the victory you imagined, was it? The moment Kalias beheld her soaked in tattered grimoire, you could see the light of hope die in her eyes. There is, however, something we can do. I will call on your aid soon, but in the meantime, you would be well served to deepen your knowledge of Arcanima. And we will continue this storyline later. I'm gonna go talk to Jack. Let's get rid of that. Let's see. Yep. Yeah, that outfit is not bad looking. I like it. Alright, we're gonna go talk to Jack. Trans Guild. Cause I gotta level up my rogue to my ninja. You looking to head inside? Yes, sir. Ah, my favorite guildmaster, Jack. Sweet sorrows. Jack wishes to discuss the plan for recovering the remaining treasures. Oh there, Yidolani. We have a rough job ahead of us, and that's a fact. Matters are tangled enough, what with that Malala Mort snapping at her heels. But we still managed to grapple that first trinket without too much fuss. Biting back them our other two treasures, though, that'll be a different story. Once the strays gets here, I'll explain what, and more to the point, who we're up against. Alright, we've 2 baubles left on the list. The Silver Sorrows and the Black Sarcophagus. Let's see where we're at. Where's Paramu got to? Underfoot. He's still looking to whittle the tail behind that bleeding sarcophagus. We'll not be cloying that stickler until we've at least an inkling as to what the bloody thing looks like. Treasures aside, I've been doing some digging of me own into these executioner allies of the Grinning Curs. I'm afraid the name weren't no coincidence. Yidolani, you've heard of the bloody executioners, I hope. It seems them Curs was feeding from the famble of one of the nation's greatest pirate powers. This ain't no ordinary crew or cutthroats, lass. With them limbs and laments of the bloody executioners wield the power and influence second only to the Admiral herself. There was none too fond of Merweb or her prohibition on piracy, and it was only the overwhelming threat posed by the Garlean Empire what eventually convinced them to play nice with the thalassocracy. But pirates ain't ones to play nice for long. Now that Hilford ain't around to helm the ship, the solidarity of the bloody executioners has begun to show cracks. All the strongest captains and lieutenants have begun to form their own factions, and are scrabbling to claim the top chair for themselves. Of course, not one bloody cove can agree with another on which way the executioners ought to sail. Among these new factions, though, is a group what is pushing to break free of the Admiral's grip completely. Turns out, these reformists, as they call themselves, was the ones that took the Grinning Curs under their wing. Which means they've got possession of the last 2 treasures we've yet to cloy. Rumors around town say that even for executioners, these coves are bloody and ruthless and not to be crossed. We should sit this one out, Jack. Piss on Malala's contest. It ain't worth this kind of grief. We'd be inviting the wrath of a crew so large and dangerous that even the Admiral ain't keen on coming to blows with them. If they ever came after us. Large or small, it don't matter much. They broke the code when they hit that Maelstrom tub. Aye, the Grinning Curs are paying for that crime, but we'd be poor sodden excuse for rogues if we let the real culprits carry on unpunished. I'm eager to see this job to the end, and that means biting back them treasures and handing out our proper justice to them as deserve it. But Jack! Listen, with all the infighting going on at present, us stabbing a sharp blade into one faction's toe ain't like to bring the whole executioner crew down on our heads. Besides, the reinforcements buggers are so far split from the main mob that they've been avoiding the city altogether. Now, it's about time we got to work. Yidolani, you're to track down our black market contact. I sent him to looking into the Curs' new allies a while back, so he should have some answers for us by now. 1 second, my daughter wants something else to drink. How about some coffee? You want some coffee? Here you go. And why are you sneezing? Are you getting sick? I think you are getting sick. Here. Now, it's time we got to work. Yidolani, you're to track down our black market Okay, I've read that. Okay, cool. Sorry, my daughter distracted me. The veil was lifted by a southerly this morning. That'll put the old man at his haunt in Lower Laodicea. Here, take this stack of blunt and pay a visit to the House of Styx. That's Cobalt territory, if you didn't know. The old man's bribes them with ore and hires the biggest and meanest sods as bodyguards. Just be ready for your approach to be challenged. Okay. There is something I wanted to check. Alchemy. I can't make those yet because I don't have the hard versions of that. Got that. This is a level 38. That's a nice little grimoire. Okay. Alright. Oh, I can't go that way. I want to, but they won't let me. My question is, how the heck did I pass all these people And I'm up to 15,000 likes, so thank you everybody that got me that far. I appreciate it. Alright. I love my daggers. Oh my god, those are the best looking daggers ever. I made those, and they're awesome. They got poison on them. I wish she'd go to bed so I can go to bed. Welcome to the House of Sticks, young rogue. You must excuse my hireling's enthusiasm for greeting visitors. Now, have you any cumbersome baggage of which I might relieve you before we begin our conversation in earnest? Ah, a heavy burden for one of your tender years to bear. But its weight has balanced the scales. The sum is paid and the deal is made. Let us speak of these reformists. This faction that so wronged the code now seeks to peddle one of its stolen treasures, the earrings better known as the Silver Sorrows. The deal, it is said, is set to take place at Costa del Sol. The buyer, a moneyed merchant from the golden sands of Ul'dah. The earrings will be out in the open, vulnerable. I would target the moment of transaction were I so inclined. Such gentleman up there by the cabin appears to be, for he purchased this self-same information. Though he attempts to disguise his identity, the stench of a soldier yet lingers. I know not where one such as he came to learn of my existence, but I suspect he works for a certain yellow-coated captain. And he just turns around. Brave she is, but foolish. Stumble blindly into the underworld, and your groping hands will not save you from the holes at your feet. Sudden shall be her fall. Okay. Alright, Fisherman's Guild. You looking to head inside? Yes, sir. Welcome back, Idolani. What information did the old man have on them reformists? Looking to unload them earrings, are they? And to an Ul'dah, no less. Can't say as I'm surprised to hear the buyers from out of town. You won't find many Lomenses willing to melt coin on aught them coves are selling. Only the daftest of sots would go about funding them as means to pull down the admiral.